Hi, I'm Tamra and I work for CCUA, and welcome to another Kitchen Side Chat. So today we are going to be talking about what do you do when you have extra greens that you just can't eat before they go bad, and so you freeze them, and then you have kind of these soggy, wet greens. What are you supposed to do with them? We don't want to waste them. So today I'm going to talk all about how if you need a little bit more veggies in your life, which I think we all could use, you can, if you have extra greens at the end of the week, like spinach, kale, you could do this with collard greens. You could do this with like a leafy green. You can freeze it. Mostly the leafy greens are the best ones to do. And so I have 4 cups of leafy greens here, and you can make a really cheap and easy green smoothie for your family. One of the things that I've called the green smoothie before, if you have kids, is green smoothies are also called like dinosaur juice, slime juice, leafy green juice, green smoothie. It's all pretty much the same. I think that green smoothie gets kind of a bad rap of being kind of fancy and kind of like out of reach of like a normal person. But really, I'm using all ingredients that I typically have on hand, all things that maybe sometimes we have a little bit too much of. So if you like go to the central pantry and they give you a bag of spinach and you're not able to eat it for the whole week, you can freeze it and then you could do something like this for your family. The nice thing about this recipe is it's really flexible. So this is a green smoothie, but it's really like super flexible on whatever you have at home. So the first thing you're going to want to do is have 1 cup of any kind of greens, and it could be spinach, kale, any kind of leafy green, and it could obviously be frozen. So this is all frozen greens that I froze probably a couple weeks ago that I couldn't eat in time. And so there's that. And then you're going to need 1 cup of liquid, and that could be water, that could be coconut water if you want to be fancy. That could be milk, it could be any kind of milk, oat milk, almond milk, cow's milk, any kind of milk you have. If you want to use like the milk that's like you store in your pantry, like powdered milk, you could totally use that as well here. You could use juice, you could use coconut water. The only thing is, depending on how much sugar, if you're trying to watch your sugar or you're trying to watch how much fruit and stuff you're giving your kids, you might want to like not do fruit juice here just because it has a lot of sugar, but that totally depends on what you're looking for. If you're going to use something like a collard green, you're going to want to really bump up the fruit content in this because collard greens tend to be a little bit bitter raw. But I have seen people do this. There are recipes online for it as well. So if you have a collard green, you could totally do this. You're just going to want to bump up and put like maybe some canned pineapple or some fresh pineapple or some frozen pineapple or just some more fruit so it doesn't taste so bitter. It kind of knocks down that bitterness. So you're going to want to use 1 banana. It could be frozen. It could be fresh. A lot of times if we get a bunch of bananas here, we'll have a couple that just are going bad and then I don't have time to make banana bread. So what you can do is you could just take that whole banana, throw it in the freezer, and then whenever it's completely frozen, take the peel off, and then you can use it in something like this, like a smoothie. So that's really easy. You can also leave the banana out. So I didn't have a banana today, so I'm just going to leave it out and it's going to be totally fine. So, and then half an apple. And again, if you don't have an apple, you could use something else. You could use pear, you could use frozen berries. So I have my half an apple here. And then optional, now this is where it gets really fun. So optionally, you can add any kind of canned fruit, frozen fruit, fresh fruit, anything that you have. I will say that I personally, if I'm going to buy a frozen fruit, or not a frozen fruit, a canned fruit, I really want to watch that sugar content. A lot of times on the canned fruit, they're going to say, it'll either say it's a syrup or it'll say natural syrup. I kind of always try to get the natural syrup or get the water, just because I'd hate for you to eat a bunch of extra sugar, because we can eat sugar in our fruit, right? So it's way better anyway. So an extra things you can add is like a cucumber. I love like cucumber. This cucumber's kind of on its last leg. If I don't eat it in the next couple of days, I'm not going to have it anyway. So I went ahead and just took the peel off the cucumber and diced it up. So that's really that's it. So we're going to throw in our greens. So it says 1 cup of greens on this recipe. I'm actually going to use 2 cups because I love my greens and they're all frozen. So I don't know if you can hear this, but they're super crispy. And they're kind of stuck in here because they're frozen greens. So I like my greens, so I'm going to do extra. But typically you won't need to put this many greens in. Okay, so then you're going to put in your liquid, your water, your coconut juice, coconut milk, your juice, any kind of regular milk, cow's milk, almond milk, oat milk. Put in your apple or whatever you have. This is where you can also add in your banana if you have one, frozen, regular, whatever you want to do. Your cucumber, and that's totally optional again. I just had a cucumber, so I wanted to use it. What's nice about this is you can really bump up whatever you have. I'm going to say too, if you're going to make this for children, I typically do like to put some sort of a pineapple or like a frozen mango in there because it gives it a little bit more sweetness. And I think sometimes it can be a little bit off-putting just because of the color. And if you don't put enough sweetness in there, I think that somebody who's not a big spinach fan like I am may not like it as much. So it's going to be really loud here for a minute. I'm just going to blend this up and then show you how super easy this is. What's so nice about it is you're getting several helpings of vegetables in this, especially if you were to add celery, cucumber, you could do whatever. You're really getting a lot of veggies for just your 1 glass of liquid. So I'm going to make a lot of noise really quick and then we'll pop back on here. Okay, so when you're using, like, you could use a food processor or a blender, I used to have one of those little, the little blenders that you flip over and you kind of push in the thing. I think like the NutriBullet, anything like that would work. If you have a Ninja, if you have like a cheap blender, people have used like a food processor as well. Any kind of thing, you're just really wanting to chop up all of that stuff and mix it in with your liquid. So this is a consistency that I like. Where you still have kind of your flakes of green, and I'll show you. But I know a lot of people don't like that. If you wanted to have it really be ice cold, you could add some ice cubes as well. So you can see kind of that texture. So if you want to add ice cube, if you see that it's a little bit thick, go ahead and add a little bit more liquid in here. It's not a super science. Sometimes if you add too many greens, you need more liquid. Sometimes if you add too many liquid, you got to add a little bit more greens. Alrighty, so this is about the consistency that I normally like. It's pretty liquidy, but I kind of like it like that. So I'm going to stick this over here real fast. And I'm going to show you what this looks like. So, alrighty, and it's that easy. This is just all kind of leftover things I had that were going to go bad, and now I'm getting like 2 servings of veggies. What's nice about this too is this makes enough for about 2 cups. So if you have a couple of kids at home, or you want to even save this, you could drink 1 now. And I have put this in like some sort of a glass jar or like a container with a lid, water bottle. You could even put it in one of these and just cover it, and then you can have a serving for tomorrow. The only thing is if you're going to save this overnight, you're going to want to stir it with a spoon in the morning because those greens are going to kind of separate. But that's it. Cheers. I wanted to tell y'all, thanks so much for watching our videos. We really appreciate it. Please like, plant, and subscribe here at CCUA. The one thing I wanted to tell you is that we're going to start doing a survey soon. So if you watch this video or any of our other virtual videos, if you could take a really quick survey for us, that would be awesome. And we're actually going to give some prizes. So we're going to have some CCUA gift baskets that's going to have CCUA shirts and just like some goodies, maybe some seeds. So we really appreciate it. So you have a chance to win. I'm going to put the link below here in the comments. So if you have a chance to do our quick survey and just tell us how we're doing on our videos and like what you like about our videos, we would really, really appreciate it. So anyway, cheers.